shaming is a very real thing, and so are fat people, so that makes complete sense. We're designed to spot things out of the ordinary, so when you see someone the size of an asteroid waddling down the street, thinking to yourself, well shit me, that one is mahoosive, is a perfectly normal reaction. And instinctively coming up with a funny regarding their size is just a refined version of that reaction. Sure, you don't have to say it, you could just keep it to yourself. Unless it's really funny. Then you kinda have to say it, otherwise it's just a waste. And if there's one thing we know about fat people, it's that they don't like waste, as shown by their waistline. So, who better to fight the war against fat shaming than a bunch of fat bitches? Brought to us by JCPenney, and just like your drunken uncle here, it's not quite an oldie, but still a goodie.
Would my life be better if I were thinner?
Fucking hell, look at the size of you! Your chins have got chins! You look like someone's photoshopped a face onto a ham! Fuck! Forget about your life getting better, mine would improve significantly if you lost some weight. And don't be one of those angry fat fucks, I can't fucking stand that. You people are meant to be jolly.
No.
Right, well, that's a lie, isn't it? You'll be eating those words later, but that's just because nothing is safe from you.
But it would be better if I wasn't treated so poorly, because I'm not.
Oh, fuck off. Why is the onus always on me to stop taking the piss out of them? Do you know how much effort and energy that takes when you can't even be asked to walk further than your refrigerator? Ah, yes, the solemn music. Because it's sad, isn't it? That's not her playing it, though. Her chubby fingers would be hitting 3 keys at a time. I'm sure she can actually play the piano, but she has to use chopsticks.
I remember when I was 10, I wanted to be a singer, and I remember a family member telling me, sorry, kid, it's not gonna happen for you.
Well, Pavarotti was a big fat fucking bastard and he did just fine. So, get over what someone told you when you were 10. Look at you now, playing to a packed house of absolutely no one. Maybe they said that not because you're overweight, but because you're shit at singing.
I've never been thin.
Bloody hell, that is brave, going for a boat ride when you're that size. I mean, the Japanese could turn up at any minute.
As the 5th grader called Hippo, that was a very scary thing for me.
Hippos are scary though. You ever seen 2 of those fighting? They fuck each other's shit right up. But I appreciate the inaccuracy there. Hippos are meant to be large. So yeah, those kids in the 5th grade lacked that basic zoological knowledge. A better representation would have been using a Latin term, such as Fattest Fucus.
And something that I was spending my entire life trying to change.
You meant to? Oh shit, I wasn't ready for that. This must be the last thing a slice of cake ever sees. Jess Baker, you meant to lose some fucking weight, not change how other people feel about it. We could have acceptance coming out of our ass. That wouldn't change the fact that you're a fat bastard.
In high school, I was one of those girls who was like, I would be so much prettier if I were thin.
Oh, so like pretty much any teenage girl of any weight then. Very self-conscious years they are, so what are the chances you fucking ignored yourself? Don't get me wrong, you can be a big girl and still be pretty. The Titanic was a fucking beauty. But look what happened there. It isn't healthy. The Hindenburg didn't last very long either.
If I could just reach that one last level, my life would be perfect.
Yeah, she isn't bad looking, though I still get reminded of when a hamster stores food in its cheeks.
I was a target.
No, that can't be true. A fucking target is something you can miss.
For people to make fun of or, bash.
Well, come on. You look like someone overinflated an old Chinaman. At what point did you think, this isn't enough. I need purple fucking hair. You made yourself a target, big un. Don't blame everyone else for that.
I didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, why was I so different?
Seriously? Could you really not work that one out, Ashley? Nothing to do with you looking like a screwed up ball of paper? Or having a body of that fucking magnitude in a world where we also have famine? Sort it out, Ashley, or it's gonna take more than 6 pallbearers to get your fat ass to your own funeral. Sorry, hold on, does that say reality show winner? How the fuck did that happen? She's fucking miles away from reality.
Yeah, definitely there was like the stereotype of yoga where you have to be like kind of like the skinny, perfect body, bleach blonde kind of woman. I definitely am not that.
Well, no, you aren't. I don't think we needed that confirmation, really. We can see that shit for ourselves. Look, I don't care how much you do yoga, Lumpy. You aren't convincing anyone that is a healthy body to have. No one is meant to have that many shoulders. And there's no point in doing yoga if you're just going to go and sit in a bistro for the rest of the day. That is probably the most middle-class thing I've ever said.
We're countering a lifetime of learned hatred.
I don't think you are. You might be trying to, but that is never gonna happen. Typical she'd start a movement that doesn't involve any fucking moving though, isn't it?
You can't love your body for what you hope it turns into without actively loving it for what it is today.
I don't think anyone has got that much love in them. Even Bob Marley would have struggled with that. A lot of Americans have a load of love for the US though, so unless you're trying to become the same size as that, I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
The only person who should be defining me is me.
Oh yeah, because that turned out just fucking grand, didn't it? Look what happened when you were given control. You can't be trusted with your own body. If you donated it to science, they turn it down.
Do it. Fat girls can do whatever they want.
And they fucking do, don't they? Like snapping the fuck out of a gastric band. And why is it you can do what you want, but I'm not allowed to take the piss out of you? Double standards to go with your double servings.
Here's my butt.
You can do yoga, you can do rock climbing.
Holy shit! I guess the flat earthers were onto something when they said gravity doesn't exist. No, that was wrong of me. Okay, if you're being active, then you're making an effort, and that is a good thing. I wouldn't make fun of a fat person in the gym just the same as I wouldn't take the piss out of a homeless guy looking for a job. But fuck off with the yoga, would you? It is not the same.
Fat girls can run, fat girls can dance.
Fat girls can have amazing jobs.
Jobs? Yeah. It would be nice if there wasn't so much obesity-related absenteeism, though. Dancing? Also, yeah, but you sweat like motherfuckers and parts of your body struggle to catch up, making you look like a physical echo. And running? Fucking go for it. Please. Sprint everywhere like the bakery's about to shut.
Are you ready for your jacket? It's gonna be really cool.
We can walk runways, we can be on the cover of magazines.
Jeez, magazines are gonna need to get a lot fucking bigger. Look, it's one thing being fat. I can't do shit about that. That is all down to you. But don't promote it. Don't give the impression it's a good thing to be. If you're gonna be on a magazine cover, make sure the headline is, I will be dead at 40. Be fat, but be honest.
Wear stripes, bright colors.
I thought I couldn't wear a bikini. I can, and I love it.
You should be arrested for wearing a bikini in public. Whatever happened to people being ashamed of themselves? Do we not do that anymore?
We're not shy. We're not trying to hide.
How can you fucking hide? Fucking hell. Other people can hide behind you.
I am beautiful. I am sexy. I am everything.
You're touching everything. Don't get me wrong. Some people are into that. It's where we get the term chubby chaser. I do wonder how much actual chasing goes on, but there's a lid for every jar, I suppose. However, sitting there and saying you're sexy and beautiful is just lying, isn't it? Lie to yourself if you want, but don't bring that shit to my table.
There's no ignoring this when it walks in the door.
Oh, so you can make jokes and take the piss, but I'm not allowed to because my heart doesn't struggle to beat. Fucking hell, the day you get cremated, the whole fucking city's gonna smell like French fries.
That's a pretty powerful thing for me, especially when you've been taught your entire life that you need to hide or shrink or disappear.
2 of those are a physical impossibility for you right now, big un. Your neck looks like a fucking escalator. You should have been taught to put the fork down if you don't just use your hands.
Even if I lost 100 pounds tomorrow, I would still be Gabby Fresh. I would still be the same person I am now.
Yeah, but there would be a lot less of you, and you wouldn't get out of breath every time you changed the channel on the fucking television.
My size isn't an indicator of my worth.
You're right. It's an indicator of your self-discipline, overall health, and how many forklifts it would take to get you out of the house. You cost more in healthcare, companies lose revenue due to absences, and you're less likely to contribute anything worthwhile because you die a lot fucking quicker. So no, it's not an indicator of your worth. It's an indicator of your cost.
The bodies don't need to change. The attitude does.
Don't you sit there with a body that looks like a fucking bouncy castle and tell me I'm the one who needs to change. I'll tell you what, you keep shoving food into your face like the fucking bridges into Rouge City and I'll keep coming up with fat jokes. Which one of us do you think will last longer?
Can kick your...
I've spent so many years feeling uncomfortable in my own skin.
Come on, woman. You said you were beautiful and sexy earlier. Make your fucking mind up. This isn't like when you look at a menu in a restaurant, you can't have it all.
It's time for me to be happy.
Then lose some fucking flab, Jabba. Everyone gets a boost when they shed some weight, even anorexics. It's not the job of everyone else to make you feel happy, especially when you can't be asked to look a little less disgusting for them. Not this one on the screen right now, she's an English kind of fat. Probably still gets a lot of interest from the opposite sex. This one though, this is American fat. The only threesome she's had is with Ben and Jerry.
And never have to look back.
So go out in a bikini to the beach, go travel around the world, hit on that guy you think is cute.
Just be prepared to get rejected and ridiculed. Sorry, but there is a much more proactive way to approach being fat, isn't there? Don't expect the rest of the world to change when you refuse to.
You can be confident and feel good in your skin right now.
Yep, and more power to you. Hell, find a way to capitalize on it if you can, but you're still gonna be fat. It doesn't change your health and it won't change anyone's minds.
Behind the scenes about... It's really up to us to change the narrative and to share photos of ourselves, follow each other, and show each other that this is what women look like.
No, that's what overweight women look like. Of course, when you said follow each other, you meant online and not physically because, well, you might stand to lose some weight then, and you've made it very clear that's not your style. And sharing photos isn't needed, since we can all see you on the fucking horizon anyway.
We are breaking the internet. Like, that's what we want to do.
You want to break the internet, Jabba? Just sit on it.
Loving yourself is not a destination, it's a journey.
Is she just laughing down the camera? Why is she doing that? It looks like the Joker devoured Bane. Anyway, the thing about loving yourself is that if you did, you wouldn't be doing this to your own body and telling yourself it's fine. The thing I find difficult with fat people is once they reach a certain size, they all start to look alike, you know? And I can imagine loving themselves would be a real challenge, since obviously nothing can compete with their love of food. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron so I can scoff my face on your hard-earned dollars. The link is in the description, and remember, you can't be accused of being fattest by someone who is the fattest.